Good morning. Welcome to day one of Black History Month. I'm going to do daily vlogs of what it is to be living and unemployed and trying to maintain a positive attitude and just, some skincare, I honestly, I'm going to be probably dressed kind of grubby every day because I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to be anywhere. I'm not meeting anybody. I'm blah, 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 blah. So I'm just going to be like 1,000% real. And this is, I dress in grubby sweats and stuff because I take him for a walk in the mornings. So first thing I'm going to talk about is I would have normally shown my skincare routine, what I do in the morning. And generally, if you've been following me for a while, I generally don't really do a heavy morning skincare routine because the nighttime is when I do my heavy skincare routine, because I think your skin is repairing itself at night. And so in the morning I just literally wash with some cold water, and then I put a vitamin C on and a moisturizer and then some sunscreen. That's about it. So I would have done that this morning when I decided to start doing a daily vlog for Black History Month, that I was going to do that. Then I would have shown you that. But whatever is was done is done. So then I'm working on revising my resume. So I've been in the process of revising my resume because I'm thinking about tailoring, changing what I've done in the past to do something a little different, but not so different that it's outside of my wheelhouse. I'm just thinking of being more broader with what I do. So I was working with a friend, who this is what she's an HRBP. She's one of the executives in HRBP, and so I was talking with her about how to change what I was doing to, more focusing on the HRBP space. I do have my master's in human resource management, so I understand the intricacies, but I haven't actually physically. I can't say that I haven't done it because I have done some aspects of the HRBP space, but I'm gearing more towards starting off kind of small, or starting off as a learning role like an HR generalist. So there's that. So I have had to kind of change my resume to kind of reflect all of the HRBP, HR generalist roles, things that I've done in the past, to kind of appeal to those types of roles. But I'm still very much a technical recruiter. I've been a technical recruiter for over 9 years, and I love recruiting. I love changing people's employment circumstance, and that really brings me joy. But I'm also understanding that everyone needs to, essentially you need to change, and so definitely that's kind of the route that I'm headed towards. So I've revised my resume a couple times, but I think it's really on point now. I'm going to share it with my girlfriend and see what she suggests. I literally just copied how her format is, but I really put some things that are really pertinent to what I do in the role. So hopefully this will work. And So okay, so so there's that, and then I have interviews next week. So I'm going to be prepping for my interviews next week. And so some of that prep is to set intention, and that's just a way for me to set up a kind of, what is it? It's setting the intentions for how you want it. I do honestly believe in meditation, and if I say something positive is going to happen, something positive will happen. I think your intention really drives success. So my intention is to I want to feel comfortable, and I want to be authentic. I want to be knowledgeable. I want to communicate how my past experience is vital to the company that I'm interviewing for. And after the interviews are over, I want to feel at peace. I want to feel as if I've successfully completed that part of the process. And mind you, just getting the interview is a win. A win is a win. A win is a win. That's a win. So there's that aspect that I am setting up intentions, because I do tend, I'm a positive person, I am, but there are times when it just gets overwhelming, and you just, that sense of, fear and dread and disappointment and all of that tends to weigh on you. But honestly, I think that you have to fight through it. And what they say, fear is the enemy. I shall not fear. So there's that. So there's that aspect. So yeah. So that's what I'm trying to combat. And because interviewing is very stressful, it's extremely stressful. It can wear you down. It can wear you down. And I want to ground myself in positive energy and have a positive mindset and set those intentions for when I'm prior to interviewing. But I also need to prep, and that means that I need to practice. Like, tell me about yourself. Tell me about a challenging experience you've had. So I'm going to record myself, answering those questions and going over those, and then finding little things that I may need to work on. And so I'm going to do that all today. And I'm not going to do that with you guys because this would be boring. But yeah, so that's really kind of like what I wanted to talk to you all about. And then when I'm prepping, I'm going to really talk about some aspects of the job, the summary of the job, the key skills that are required, and then the bullet points of the role and how my experience ties back to those bullet points. And then I'll also check my LinkedIn profile to reflect, to look and see if there have been any updates or changes to the role. And then, like I said, do your homework, investigate like everything you can about your interviewer rather, the job, anybody who in that who works for or knows the person, contact them, ask them to give you some feedback or give you some guidance. Don't be afraid to utilize your network. I just recently connected with a high school friend who I just saw on LinkedIn that he got laid off 3 days ago or 4 days ago. And I reached out to him and I was like, hey, let's meet up, let's talk, because I've been unemployed for about a year. And I can give you some guidance. And we talked, and I really felt his sense of just like, that he's fearful, because he has a family, he has kids, and he's a lot of responsibilities. I have a lot of responsibilities as well. But I think it's a little bit different, especially when you have people depending on you for their livelihood. That's got to be freaking challenging. So I just, talked with him, and I, offered him a little guidance that if he ever needs to just talk, and I'm there, because I know. So that's kind of like, you want to like utilize your network. Don't be afraid to check in with people. And so my final thoughts on today, my first vlog of Black History Month is, and again, I'm just going to do this daily vlog because I need something to look forward to. It's going to be a tough month. We're all facing challenges. And so I'm just like, anyway, so wrapping up is, final thoughts on this is that wake up with good energy, good thoughts. I did my semi skincare with just like, I woke up and I had a positive energy. We got out early this morning. We walked, and it's always, and it feels so good to walk in the morning, like to get out and walk with Claude, because it just, it's a sense of newness, and there was no one out. It was like really kind of dark, but it felt good. And then, set an intention about how you want your day to go, how you want your interviews to go, and work on things to help you do well for your interview. If you keep doing things that aren't benefiting you, and you keep, doing the same thing, but you're not seeing a result, then it's time for you to change. It's time for you to switch things up and focus on and do something different. And I'm doing something different by recording myself interviewing and listening to those and seeing where I'm faltering and where I'm misaligning with what my experience demonstrates. And then third is to resume review. If you need to review and revise your resume, do so. If you need to hire someone to help you revise your resume, do that as well. You can also rely on ChatGPT or DeepSeek or Claude or whatever AI system that you use. But make sure that you go in and you look at what they write, because sometimes their writing, the writing of the AI is, it's horrible. So, but it can be very eloquent. So just make sure that you utilize a lot of the AI features that are available, and some of them are free, like DeepSeek is free. So you can utilize those. And then my final thoughts is just, be kind to yourself. And I've got 28 days, 27 days, to really fine-tune some changes that I'm going to be doing, to attract, retain, and reflect on my new way of doing, looking for employment. So you can, we'll be in this together. You can share with me with some comments down below, like what is something new that you're doing, or something that you think I should do to kind of reflect this new I'm vlogging every day, and there will be some days where I'm probably just gonna be like, because that negative Lauren can get in the way sometimes, but we gonna fight her every step of the way. We're gonna fight those awful thoughts, and we're gonna think only on positivity and we're gonna think positivity and all of that moving forward. So yes, that's my final thoughts. So if you found this helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe and see where this journey takes for day 2 tomorrow. And let's keep showing up for ourselves, for you, for Claude, for everybody. Just one day at a time. All right, thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.